this video, I'm going to be talking about P5 Annie, and if she's worth prestiging. And right off the back, I'm just going to tell you, yes, I think so. Her P5 is hidden where it hurts, where it increases her damage by 35%, so an extra 5%, an extra 2 seconds in her duration, and her cooldown is reduced by 5 seconds. This is the current build I have on Annie, and this is to deal with Fall, with Fear No Evil, but you don't really care about your fear resistance, because to be honest, Annie has no fear reduction ability, so once your fear goes up, there's nothing you can really do about it. I mean, you could spec into light therapy, but I don't think that's worth it either. You could put these points into fast forward and put a point here and then a cardio. So it's a good build for an extra point here with cooldown. I know its cooldown is so small anyway, it's only like 4 seconds. This 10%, but to be honest, it actually feels really good to have this 10%. I don't know why, but it feels like you get it faster. Even though cooldown's already 40 seconds. So I kind of like this build a lot better. It feels like I'm expanding my ability. Whenever I have it up, I really just press it because, like, I don't need to save it. You also think about putting points in here, just so you carry more ammo. I feel like that's good as well. Actually, I feel like this is a lot better, to be honest. I'm going to keep my build like this for now. Her challenges, all leader challenges are just long as hell and take forever. Like, you gotta use spirit points for every leader, because you have to be sitting on objectives, collect objective points. If you win the game, it's 2,000 objective points, right? So
No, that's not fair.
that's about, let's do some math here. If you win every game, that's 46 games. Well, most of the time you get demons desync, or you just die before you even get the map pieces, you know, so you just gotta get it. And then you also have to stand on the objectives here. So this one is like, P5 probably took me the longest for Brock. Annie was the first survivor that I just prestige, so I used all my spirit points that I saved up just to get her up to P4. And then when the prestige system came out, and I truly think that Annie is the best leader. Her balance bar is very important. I mean, it was so good that she was nerfed for it, and then all the other survivors were nerfed as well because of Annie. And she has a great kit. She does almost as much damage as a hunter, and she has more survivability than a warrior because of the 4 dodges she gets thanks to artful dodging. Now, a good team comp to run with her, I think, is Scotty, Hunter Ash, and Blacksmith. Now, this is for a balance bar sort of team comp, right? Because you have Scotty with his mastery of the Lumberjack Axe, so he gets extra balance bar damage for that. You got Hunter Ash with the double barrel for his balance bar, And then you have Blacksmith, who has melee master. So you have all these people that have extra balance bar. You can also go with Ed with the crossbow if you have somebody that's very good with the crossbow. But I think overall, Hunter Ash would be better. If you're going for strictly damage, which I don't recommend, because that is a good damage team comp, with the Scotty and Hunter Ash, you could throw in Support Ash instead of Blacksmith. And that way you can mark targets so they take 20% more damage. The Hunter could heal off of it. And yeah, the damage will stack with your ability as well. I don't recommend two leaders. Well, I don't recommend Annie and Leader Ash. You think that'd be good against Brawl, but the problem is you just don't have enough damage for a couple guys. And you think with her balance bar, she'd be able to compensate for that. Recently I went up against a ball player, and we all had balance bar weapons, and the demon was still able to win on book based on his just summoning elites and using the let's see what the ability is called, thick skin. So it increases the duration of the skin, steal upward bonus ability. And so he was able to just summon elites every time. And he didn't depossess the unit either. So he waited the whole 2 seconds. You were able to stun him once, but after you stun him once, the balance bar doesn't go down as fast the second time. I think that's a bug, but it takes a while for the game to recognize the damage to the balance bar. So he was able to get like 4 hits on book before the balance bar is actually effective. So in this sense, I think Annie and Ruby would be better. Ruby could be using a grenade launcher, Annie could be using a revolver, and the Hunter Ash obviously the shotgun with Blacksmith. I would say I'll just run Hunter Ash as well, but then Annie and Hunter Ash are going to be competing for handgun ammo. And I don't think that's necessary. The warrior is always needed. Blacksmith is sort of like a hybrid warrior, which is needed. I mean, you could also go David as well, just for the damage reduction, but then you're losing out on balance bar with Blacksmith. And a possible legendary that you can get for winning one of the other 3 for himself. Honestly, you can make an argument for going any hunter with any. I'm just thinking balance bar wise, what would be the best? Like, who would have the most benefit with any? Because you could also make an argument that, oh, Amanda could also have a good time with Annie because of her pistol mastery. Or Kelly, because then she'll have more bleed damage with Ruby and Annie together. But it's kind of hard because I'm always in this mode where I'm like, oh, balance bar is king, you know. Especially for Puppeteer. Against Puppeteer, if you can like balance bar the elite before he can do his Thunderstrike ability, so Buck, like, you're gonna win on Buck. For sure. There's nothing he can do. Like, yeah, his units will explode around it, but Thunderstruck is such a powerful ability towards Buck. So the demons that she's good against, all of them except Ball. She's good against Ball, but she has no fear reduction ability or fear resistance ability. Like, she has pink Fs that you could put into her fear resistance, but once her fear goes up, it stays up. You just have to, light a fire to reduce your fear. And in this aspect, she can't really do anything else. So, yeah, I'll show you some gameplay, and thanks for watching. So this is some gameplay of Annie playing with a team with comms. I feel like this is where Annie is the strongest. Um, she's I'm telling my team here that we should be running all bounce bar weapons, which they obviously already know. Uh, the weapons I'm looking for are a grenade launcher and mace, lumberjack axe, or a sledgehammer. I prefer a sledgehammer. I don't know why. I feel like it swings faster than the mace. Um, my hunter ash is looking for a double barrel because he has prestige 1, so he has a 25%, I believe. More balance bar with a double barrel. Scotty's looking for a lumberjack axe because he has a mastery for the lumberjack axe, so he has more balance bar damage. And the blacksmith has melee weapon mastery. So these are the weapons we're looking for to really do as much balance bar damage to the demon as possible. This is why I feel like this is the best team, and you'll see during the book phase where this really shines. We get really lucky here, and Scotty gets a legendary lumberjack axe right there. So he's set up already. Um, so Scotty's not going to have a gun this game. Um, and Blacksmith can't hold a gun. So my whole thing is that I'm going to be on depossessions. Whoever gets possessed, I'm going to be focusing on them and shooting them out of it. So I don't have anything spiked into fear resistance, so I don't have 3 points into fear no evil on this build. This is strictly a book phase build, is what I would consider it. Because I can carry as much ammo as possible. I do much as damage with my range, and I do balance bar damage with my melee, and my aura is maxed out. And I have cooldown reduction as well. So we plan to not take cars this game just so we can just, see how well we do. And we do pretty well. We don't drop weapons either in this game. I do eventually drop my gun because I noticed I'm downing my teammates. Right now I have a blunderbuss, but like I said, I'm looking for a grenade launcher. Just so if he summons a bunch of units, I can deal with it. Obviously Scotty's there too, so he could deal with it as well. This is an area effect damage. Now the demon knows we're here. So we're just collecting our supplies now. And I don't panic here, even though I know he's possessed, right? Because I'm not max fear, so he wasn't going to do that much damage to me anyways. And I had my hunter ash there to depossess. If he didn't have his ability up anyways, I would have been fine because we could just rocked his balance bar, and I would have just dodged during his fury. And once his fury was done, that's when I take my hits. I drop my shimps there so I don't lose it. So I found this blue explosive crossbow. It's not the best. Like the grenade launcher, common grenade launcher is better than this. It does more damage. Um, but I'll be using this for now until I find one, which I'll find one very shortly, which I'll get really lucky. So there's a blue lumberjack axe. I take that instead because my blacksmith says he has a blue mace. I drop it just to ask him again. So now we're walking our way to the Knowby cabin. Right when his head goes red, you should just dodge forward, and you'll be fine. I've been playing a lot of ball lately. I don't like to use my spirit points on demon because I like to play survivor, and I just play demon when I'm not playing with a team. Um, the solo queue experience can be rough sometimes, and it makes sense. Like this is supposed to be a team-based game, so like not one character should be able to carry. But then it gets hard, like because if you don't play with the team, after a while you just get like tired of the solo queue experience. So survivors are strong right now, but not strong enough to carry a team. There are certain survivors that can kind of carry, um, because they have abilities to kind of like maintain themselves and regain health. Like support Ash. Support Ash can carry if he gets a good weapon and he has good dodges. He's keeping his fear down. He has a whole kit to just basically, solo. Now, I see the trap here, and I see him possess, and I want to get the map piece right now so he doesn't use his ability and we just get stuck in this area. And you'll see that once my team starts going for it, I go for the map piece so then I can get out of there. And then he possesses him and puts him in there. And I'm like, oh no, he's using his ability, so I got to set up the trap for him. But he possesses here, which is smart. But at the same time, yeah. So see, my blacksmith got hit twice by the trap. I get possessed here, but luckily he has no Inferno energy because he used his ability there, so he had to set a couple traps there, and he placed a proximity portal. The demon's doing very well, putting pressure on us. Blacksmith has enough, for a legendary. It syringes, but me and the rest of the team think like, oh, it's not a good idea. Hunter Ash says, oh, I'll just take it because my bounce bar is bigger coming from my gun, anyways. And that way you could depossess the other survivors as well, just because it's a fast swinging weapon. So the grenade launcher is also good against ball. I don't think it's good against puppeteer at all. Just because you're not going to be able to do enough damage to depossess somebody with one shot from the grenade launcher. Like I'm able to depossess somebody with one shot from this, and it's only a common. I see him putting pressure on support here, so I run towards him. The person that plays support for this team is probably one of the best players I've ever seen. Like the way they play support Ash is on another level. I wish I could play support Ash like that. They are the amount of multitasking they're doing is inspiring. Like I could, if the Evil Dead had like a competitive league, I could totally see him being on that, like in that scene. Um, so like I said, we're just walking, taking our time. Um, the Hunter Ash eventually gets a legendary double barrel, and I think it's coming up here. He's gonna mark it. He may have already marked it. May have missed it. But so we basically get all the good weapons that we can, because then the blacksmith gets a blue sledgehammer eventually as well. So I take his blue mace. So we have the best weapons we could have for balance bar. And you could see, so he was, what happened with that was the demon was trying to shoot, but he missed and I was able to hit him, even though it looked like I hit the ledge. And he was trying to run forward and then shoot at the same time. So that's why he did the kick. He was probably running out of infernal energy for sure. I jumped Shemps because my Hunter Ash doesn't have Shemp. So just giving him an emergency one. So Scotty already started the point here, and so the demon rushes towards him. And what the demon should have done is possess. Okay, so there's the legendary double barrel he just found. So he should have just possessed Scotty off the point, so then we had to restart it. But now it's like quarter of the way done. He has boss. He probably thought he could kill him with boss because we were so far away. And so the balance bar goes out, so he just depossesses here. Like I said, I'm working on depossession duty. He has the legendary double barrel, and this kind of is my downfall here because I missed a shot here. I was expecting that Hunter Ash to get possessed, none are, but I'm able to get the shots here where it counts. I was not expecting our blacksmith to get possessed. I was expecting our Hunter Ash. So right now I'm maintaining my fear just because we're on point. When you're on point with leader, your fear typically goes down. This time, our Hunter Ash dropped his weapon. Also, with Annie, you just want to do finishers while you're on point. Save ammo for when you need it. But right now, I'm not trying to do finishers because as much. Just because I see the fear level of our team, I'm kind of working on depossessing it. I see an elite, so I immediately back up. Our Hunter misclick there. I'm just using the grenade launchers because we shouldn't be even engaging with the elite, so we just don't take the damage. But we have a lot of shemps here, so and there's the blue sledge. So I take the mace, and so we're all set up for a buck phase here. So the demon's starting to get a high level, but the thing with Ball is like what's good with Ball is that he has very good early gameplay. But once you've like stabilized as a team and are able to really deal with him, he's not much of a threat. Like if you have everything loaded out and you know how to dodge, he's not really much of a threat. He can honestly. So yeah, the Hunter Ash gets possessed here. I tell my team to hide behind the door, and I could splash damage him from the side. But they're really gung ho about the possession. I knew the possession was coming again, so I just splash him from around the corner. I realize I've been wasting ammo. I'm wasting ammo as we're going along here. So I end up having to switch. And I do make the mistake and panic a little bit later on because I'm trying to get a res off. So we're just looting right now. I mean, like I said, we have everything we need. It would be nice if I had a better um, grenade launcher, but I'm fine with this common. It's working out fine. So I just pick up the long gun because our hunter is actually maxed out on long gun right now. So we're going to the next point. We split up here because Scotty got feared up and was possessible again, so he wanted to go to the fire. So our two quote unquote warriors are together, and our two quote unquote hunters are together, which is good. So Hunter ass gets possessed, I could shoot him out, and if they get possessed, they can wail on each other. Scotty does have a legendary lumberjack axe, and so I am a little bit worried. But like I said, our support is a goat, greatest of all time. So he's able to, but I still come back, just in case. But it wasn't really needed. It's always important to stay as a team for like situations like this, because like you never know, like something could happen. He could hit in the back by a random basic, and then all of a sudden, he's taking hits from a legendary lumberjack axe. That's gonna do some damage. I know this is trash, but I open it anyways because I just need a couple more pickups to max out. It's not like I need the shields or anything. I'm not expecting to damage reduction while using shields, but I might as well. I maxed out everything else. So that was perfect. They were grouped up, so my splash damage just knocked them out. Now, every time like I start running, I take a like mental note of like who's where, because this demon has like a possession build. Um, or he likes to use possessions. This is kind of my playstyle too. So he just wants his max fear just to possess us. I also think he's not possessing basics really, because he doesn't want to be depossessed. So finally he possesses a basic. He starts possessing here. This is nice. Because he can't possess us right now. But yeah, he's just dying too quickly. Our weapons do too much balance bar and too much damage. And I just keep lighting fires. Like, yeah, we shouldn't be lighting fires, but we have like 12 minutes, and we're just taking our time really. I go try and get my aura over there just so we can get the bounce bar and kind of show like how good the bounce bar is. Even with thick skin, he can't do anything. This is where I start making mistakes. I'm running into traps where I know there's traps. Like usually on the road, there's traps, so I get depossessed here. But we were walking so close to each other, so we got all of this. So then I go to the side here, and then I go off from my team and start the point, but I don't drop my weapon. So he used the ability where it looks like everybody's Annie, so nobody knows where I am, and I'm yelling, I'm on point, but point hasn't started, so they don't know where I am. So I down the Hunter Ash, and so he's wasting a lot of ammo here. So I go for the res here. He doesn't have an infernal energy because I was knocked out of the possession. But he gets infernal energy there from the point. I thought I made it onto point here, so we're just kind of standing around for a little bit. And I was like, oh, wait a second. The point was to start. And so Scotty starts it again. I'm just doing finishers, trying to get rid of his elites. I'm going to be possessible again, right? Yeah. The person I look at most is the Hunter Master because he's got that legendary double barrel. If like he could down a whole team, and there is a point where he kind of does that because I'm not really paying attention. Like I'm paying attention, but there's units. And this elite gets knocked in front of me as I'm trying to shoot him. So that's why our support goes down, unfortunately. Like if it wasn't for me, like our support would have never went down. So right now I'm just trying to wreck the balance bar there. Hit the side there. I'm hugging this corner. Everybody's rushing at him, but everyone should just hide around the corner while I take care of him. So I'm trying to take all the traps here. I'm trying desperately to get this res. I drop my gun because I know he wants my possession. We're just going in a cycle, so I had to do it. I drink his shims because I'm a freaking idiot. And I'm used to playing solo queue, not with a great team. See, this is right here. Like, I cut it down the team because I wasn't paying attention. It takes 3 shots now with a grenade launcher to get him out of possession. When he was probably full maxed out, and now our blacksmith is possessed, and so he downs him as well. So the Hunter Ash, because I was focusing on just doing finishers, and there was too many things here. So, like, it's only this demon, right? That I really have to worry about that. Like, if it was any other demon, like I could just use a pistol, which I am using a pistol now. We're talking about the hunting knife and the syringes. We tell them to use the syringes because it does more balance bar, and it's a little bit slower than the knife. I know that they're the same speed, but it feels slower. So we decided to go to terminal because we need shimps because of how that point turned out. But we're kind of happy that Demon's high level because I asked them to run this team comp for me, and they were very kind to do so. Because I was like, oh, I need some video for the video I'm making right now. So our Hunter Ashes kind of wants to be by himself because he's possessible, so he doesn't want to down us. So I kind of wish I stuck with the grenade launcher because so I could just splash damage and shoot around corners to depossess people, but yeah. Like I said, right now we're just getting supplies. It is at Fishing Village, but we kind of we're at Fishing Village, and I make a mistake here. I see the Hunter Ash is with us now, and I go downstairs to kind of deal with him, but there's a trap there. So because of that, I get my teammate downed again because I wasn't focusing on sticking with my team. So I tell him, okay, let's get in the car. And I do want to split up here. So I want me and Scotty to go to the point while Hunter Ash and our blacksmith stick together. But because the blacksmith, he could infinitely, like, he could get stuck through with traps in the boxcars. So I want the Hunter Ash to kind of be there to depossess the unit if needed. But the Hunter Ash decides to come with us, which is good. There's 2 light source areas. I jump a Shemps for the Scotty, but he had a Shemp, so I tell the Hunter Ash as well that there's Shemps here. And the demon right now is on our support. But like I said, our support is very good. He has low fear right now. So wait, his fear shot going up. So I'm watching his health as this is going on. And just in case we have to double back here, I start running to this light source. So there's a light source here and up on the stairs, the ledge over there. But if you're up on the ledge over there, you can't move and you have to stand still. So I lose my fear here. But yeah. So the syringes come in handy here. But so I start telling the Hunter Ash to drink his Shemps. Drink his Shemps. And unfortunately, he couldn't. He didn't have it wasn't working for some reason. I want to go for the res here, but that tree threw off my aim, unfortunately. The camera angle threw me off. So I know I'm max fear here. I should drop my weapon, but you just get punished sometimes. And see how our blacksmith hides around the corner, so that he's forced to run towards him, and he's able to knock me out. That's how you should knock out people in possessions. Make the demon come to you and then get it. And so I dodge forward here. He could have placed a trap and then used fear, but he decided not to. So I'm just taking, yeah. Our Hunter Ash thought I was the blacksmith put. Yeah, blacksmith was over there. So, like I said, I'm just working on deep possessions. Like, I'm just here to support the team. I'm not worried about damage. I'm not worried about anything. I'm just worried about being close to my team, making sure they get that balance bar and deal with the possessed unit. I depossess the elite here, and this is where it really shines. This build is on book phase. So I use my ability and start shooting away. I drop all my ammo for my, and you could just see his balance bar and just health just disappear. So I'm buffing Hunter Ash's range damage. And see, a couple swings and the balance bar is just gone. And this is through, the thick skin ability that that unit has. Now he is placing proxy traps here, so the Hunter Ash is possessable, and so the Hunter Ash drops his gun, but he possesses the elite here. So we tell him to pick it back up, and that will shoot him out of it. And so he picks him up, and we're close by to him, and he gets possessed here because. So luckily, I was able to get one shot on him while our blacksmith was knocking him out, and that actually, that was probably an accident on that possession. He was probably trying to possess that basic, but it died so fast. And he's just demon's panicking right now. Like, he doesn't have this, but my ability is still going. And I'm like, where is he? I thought he was going to go for book, but I think he just gave up on book. He's possessed again. So I work on depossessing him. Yeah, and see, like, the demon's at level 48. Max is 50. And we're able to still win this. I mean, after a while, it doesn't really matter, but, like, the fear and stuff like that, like, that's all thanks to, Annie's ability in this team comp. I think it works very well. I think it would have worked very well against Puppeteer, too. Thanks for watching.